Okay, today we are going to continue working on our Mother's Day projects. Today what we're going to do is we're going to do a portrait of your mother, okay? Now, I'm going to draw a portrait of my mother, but you need to draw a portrait of your mother. So your mother is not going to look like my mother. So I want you to think for a moment about what your mother looks like, okay? All right, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my portrait. And you can work along with me if you would like, or you can see how I do mine, and then you can go and do yours, okay? We're going to do two portraits. We're going to do a portrait of our mother, and then you're going to do a portrait of yourself, a drawing of yourself. We're going to put them together for our tea party next week, and I'll show you how we're going to do that next week, okay? But to get started, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read a story, and it's called Rain, Rain Everywhere. And you'll see why I'm reading this story at the end, okay? It's called Rain, Rain Everywhere. Well, and yesterday was certainly windy and rainy. It was the first sunny day after weeks and weeks of rain. "Can we go out to play, Mom?" asked Molly Mouse, dancing in the pale sunshine. "Please?" "As long as you keep your eye on the weather," said Mother Mouse. "I'm sure more rain is on the way." Kind of sounds like our weather, doesn't it? Molly and her brothers and sisters scampered across the fields. They chased each other around trees, puffy and white with blossoms. They hopped through carpets of bluebells. They were enjoying themselves so much that they didn't notice it was suddenly getting darker. Look at those clouds up in the sky. Have you ever been outside when those clouds start coming? Plop! A large drop of rain fell on Molly's nose. Then another and another. Big dark clouds filled the sky, and the rain started to fall faster and faster. "We'll never get home in time," groaned Molly. "Where can we find shelter until it stops?" Just then a squirrel hurried by on her way home. She stopped when she saw the wet little mice. Her own family was safe and warm in their nest. She couldn't possibly leave the mice out in the rain. "Come with me," she said. "You can stay at my place." Squirrel ran ahead and bounded up a tree, but the mice didn't follow. "Your house is too high and it doesn't look safe in this storm," sighed Molly. An old harvest mouse popped her head out of the long grass. "You can stay with me," she said kindly. "I have a nice warm nest of twigs." And as I'm looking at this, the habitat that they're in is a forest. Very good. Harvest Mouse scuttled to her home, but the mice didn't follow. They could see that her woven nest was far too small for all of them. Just then a little rabbit found the mice. "You can come to my place," said the rabbit, "and join my baby brothers and sisters in the warmth of our burrow." He couldn't leave these poor little mice out in the storm. Everybody wants to help. Rabbit hopped down his rabbit hole, but the mice stayed outside. "Your home is very full," said Molly, peering inside at all the baby rabbits. "I think we'd be too squished." Before Rabbit had time to answer, he and the mice heard something calling. Molly pricked up her ears. "It's Mom!" she squeaked. Here she is pricking up her ears, right? She can hear her mom. She hears someone and she thinks it's Mom. "Thank goodness I found you," cried Mother Mouse. "The storm is getting worse, but there's an old hollow oak tree nearby where we can stay dry until the rain stops." The hollow oak tree stood at the top of a slope. The mice scrambled inside and were soon warm and dry. "We'll stay here tonight," said Mother Mouse. "You can all curl up together and go to sleep." But Molly couldn't sleep. She lay listening to the roar of the wind and the pounding rain, and she was worried about her new friends. Would Harvest Mouse's home be destroyed? Rabbit's burrow might be flooded, and Squirrel's nest blown away. Molly looked at her family, sleeping snugly. She couldn't leave her friends out in the storm, so Molly hurried outside. I know she wants to help them, but should she have gone outside? I don't think so. It was nice of her, but she shouldn't have gone outside. The wind tugged and pulled at Molly as she struggled across the field. There, huddled under a swaying tree, was Squirrel. "You must come with me," said Molly. "We found the perfect place to stay." Just then, Harvest Mouse appeared out of the grass, looking tired and messy. "Can I come too?" she asked. "Of course," said Molly. As they made their way back, they passed Rabbit and his family huddled under a bush. "You'll be nice and warm if you come with us," said Molly. At last, Molly and her new friends reached the shelter of the old oak tree. Outside, the wind battered the trees and flattened the grass, but inside, everyone was safe and dry. The wind had stopped by the time morning came, and as the sun crept up into the sky, the animals crawled out of their shelter. There before them was a rainbow stretching as far as the eye could see. "It's for you," Molly whispered Harvest Mouse. "It's a special present for saving us." And Molly smiled happily, surrounded by her family and all her new friends. And there's the last page. Okay, so who came and saved Molly? Her mom. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work on our portraits of our moms, okay? All right, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go into your crayons, okay? And I want you to look for the skin color that matches your mom, okay? It might be a peach, it might be a brown, it might be a light brown, it might be a darker brown, it might be a darker peach. But I want you, and if you don't have peach, orange works just as well, okay? Or you might have your brown, or you might use a darker brown or a lighter brown. But think about that mom's skin color, okay? And maybe take a crayon and match it to her, okay? All right, so the first thing I want you to do, and I'm going to turn you this way, okay, is you have an outline of the head, okay? And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crayon and I'm going to color in. See how I'm not pushing real hard? Okay, I'm going to color in the neck first, okay? I'm going to color in my neck, and then I'm going to go up here and I'm going to carefully color in my head, okay? I'm going to carefully color in my head. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. Okay, you're going to put you're going to stay in those lines, okay? And so we're carefully coloring in mom's face, right? We have to start there. Okay? Okay, I'm going to go all the way over to the edge here. Okay, all right, so go ahead and get her face colored in, okay? While you're waiting, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to do mom's hair. The reason we're going to do mom's hair is so that we have it set so then when we go to do the eyes, the nose, and the mouth, we're able to do it, okay? All right, so I finished coloring in my whole face. Now I'm going to put my mom's hair, okay? Now my mom has hair that kind of comes down about this length, okay? Now you are going to put hair on your mom, okay? And I'm going to kind of go around, and I'm going to give her a little bit of hair across here, because that's, okay? And I'm going to give my mom her hair, Okay, and then I have to make sure I do this side. Now remember, you are giving your mom her own hair, right? So you're going to think of your mom's hair color. My mom has brownish hair, so I'm going to give her brown hair, okay? You be thinking about what color of hair your mom has. Okay, and I'll go like this a little bit across there for my mom's hair. Okay, and you give your mom her hair, okay? All right, so now we have her hair out of the way, okay? All right, now, my mom has blue eyes. So I'm going to give my mom blue eyes. I want you to think about what color your mom's eyes are. And if you're not sure, you can ask someone, okay? And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give my mom her blue eyes. I'm going to draw a circle, and then I'm going to color in that part right there. Okay? And I'm going to color in that part right there. Right? And then in the very center of her eyes, we have those black dots, right? If you look, you have those black dots, okay? All right, so go ahead and get your mom's eyes done. The next thing I'm gonna work on is I'm gonna work on the nose. Now a nose can either be a triangle or you could do kind of a circle. It's up to you. The nose I'm gonna give my mom looks like this, and I'm gonna use my orange crayon and I'm just gonna make it a little bit darker like that, okay? All right, so now we have our mom's hair, we have her eyes, we have her nose, and now we're going to do her mouth, okay? And the way I'm going to do my mom's mouth is I'm going to go a smile like this, and then I'm just going to put two things like that, right like that, okay? All right, so now this is starting to look like my mom. You want to make sure yours is looking like your mom, okay? All right, now I am going to give my mom a shirt, okay? And I'm gonna do stripes. And I think I'm gonna do this color, and I'm gonna do a stripe there of that color. And then I think I'm gonna do a navy blue stripe. And then I'm going to do a navy blue stripe. Okay. And then since I'm going to make a pattern, I'm going to repeat it. And I'm going to do this color. Okay. And then I'm going to do this color. Okay. So now my mom has this pretty striped shirt on. And then I think I'm going to give my mom a necklace. So I'm going to give her a necklace like that. And then I'm going to use these color balls on her necklace. Okay? All right. So now I have my mom done. Okay? If you've been working along with me, you're going to finish up your mom. And if you haven't started yet, you wanted to watch me first, now you're going to go and work on your mom, okay? All right, I'm looking forward to seeing them all next Friday when we have our tea party. I'm going to ask you to hold them all up, okay? So today we worked on mom. Next week, we're going to make a portrait of you. All right, friends, great job today. Your moms are going to love these.